Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Truba Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa has penned a scathing letter to the Democratic Alliance leader John Steehuisen, accusing him of shifting goalposts in negotiations over cabinet positions. Hello, my name is Reneilwe Morema, and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel, reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. South Africa has been a busy country this year with the May 29th elections and the roller coaster ride the ANC took to form a new government after it lost majority of its votes and sitting below 50% for the first time. All eyes were on Ramaphosa, who led the ANC into its worst elections, forcing it to go into a coalition government. This caused a divide within the ANC, as some members who are aligned with Ramaphosa preferred a coalition with the pro-Zionist DA, while some preferred a coalition with the EFF, as they have already partnered with them at the Johannesburg metros. Not knowing who to get into bed with, Ramaphosa decided to form a government of national unity, which many viewed this as not having the guts to say what you really want, which is a coalition with the DA and the private market, because we all know that Ramaphosa is a businessman, and to get into a partnership with the DA will be beneficial to him and also to his businesses, as he is a leader that only wants to protect the interests of the white capitalists, as he was previously doing so in his private businesses. On June 23rd, the DA Federal Chair Helen Zille wrote a letter to ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula informing him that her party wanted 12 ministerial posts in the government of national unity. This also included the DA approving the appointment of directors general for all the departments under its control, which is weird because they accused ANC of cadre deployment, but this is exactly what they are doing. They are doing what they accuse the ANC of doing. I am so confused. The letter says that directors general in departments reporting to the DA ministers are selected by panels consisting of the DA ministers only and submitted to the president for his approval, and such cannot reasonably be withheld. Let us look at the portfolios the DA would have preferred or demanded to head in their ministries. Check out this video.
The DA's list of demands to the ANC has been leaked, and oh my goodness, it really is the audacity for me.
I've got the ruling party by strike.
One doesn't understand how the DA can demand literally deputy president position, and if you don't want to give us deputy president, you have to give us the minister in the presidency positions with all the powers of the deputy president and deputy finance. That's to start. Then they want 11 cabinet ministers, the whole list of cabinet ministers from different sectors and portfolios.
Just look at the numbers tick up.
Then they want that those DA ministers must have DA deputy ministers. And then it gets even worse. They're like, no.
Let me just be clear.
On top of it, we want to appoint director generals because, the ANC has done cadre deployment, so we can't really trust the ANC director generals. Remember, director generals are the people who run government. For years, you fought the ANC for deploying cadres into director general positions, and now you want to do just the same. Why is the DA so entitled? And then they were like, no, that's not it. That's not enough. We're going to review all the tenders in ministries. Guys, ministers and deputy ministers have no role in tenders. Political appointments have no role in tenders. That's exactly what you've been fighting the ANC for. It doesn't make any sense. It's the entitlement for me. And then on top of it, they say, if you don't agree to this, remember that the deal in KZN and the deal in Gauteng also is hinged on this. Honestly, if it was any other political party making these demands, it would have been framed as a power grab. It would have been regarded as this power heist, if you like. But the fact that it's the DA, everybody's just like, well, well, you got 21% of the vote. You've agreed to a coalition government and you want all of this. They are negotiating high, so when the ANC negotiates them down, they'll get to a middle ground of 5 or 6 cabinet positions. The DA has always framed itself to be, we are not here for power. And now this is exactly what they're doing. Is this the new type of state capture?
It's not.
Imagine an EFF government comes in and says, we want all of these ministers, we want all of these deputy ministers, we want to appoint director generals, we want to check and look at all the tenders in these departments.
I regret not doing it. I should have done it.
It's absolutely outrageous. We know that President Cyril Ramaphosa has since met with John Steehuisen after Helen Zille wrote this letter, and there's been back and forth, and now it's going to be the final decision. Does the DA stay in the government of national unity or they leave? The DA is really showing us who they are, and that's quite scary. We are seen. Are you?
Honestly, the DA's demands are outrageous, but unfortunately, this is the bed Ramaphosa made for the ANC. Now everyone must lie in it. The DA can't want 50-50 share of the positions when they themselves did not win the majority in these elections. Some of these ministries they demanded, they just wanted to undo all the ANC's policies that support the black empowerment, or should I say, that supported the black economic empowerment projects. Remember, the DA wants the national health insurance scrapped, meaning black people that live in poverty won't have access to quality healthcare in private hospitals. They will be subjected to public healthcare facilities that are already not functional. They also want the national student funds to be scrapped. They'd rather turn it into a student loan where the student will pay back the money once they complete school. How are they going to do that in this high unemployment economy of South Africa? How sure are we that these students will be employed? Already we can see that the economy is dwindling, especially in the unemployment sector. This is a setup to have bad credit. The DA would also want Zuma in prison so that they can cruise nicely in KZN, because right now it is tight in KwaZulu-Natal. They have to get in coalition with the IFP and ANC just to govern in KZN, which can cause tensions between them and the MK party. Right now, the MK party wants the premier of KZN, who is an IFP member, removed. How can they make such a big decision about KZN without consulting the MK party, which has a majority of the seats in that province? They are skating on thin ice, and if the people of KZN know what to do best, is to put you in line if you feel like you are the boss. They have put Zuma in power for a reason. To undermine them will cause detrimental consequences to the KZN municipalities. The DA will try and scrap any talks about land expropriation, as they have been vocal about that in the past. But most importantly, they want the International Relations Ministry because they want to withdraw the Israel case in the International Court of Justice, because we know they support Israel wholeheartedly. And if it were up to them, we wouldn't be in the BRICS nation to begin with. So I see what they're doing when they requested that ministry. They want to withdraw the case and eventually take us out of the BRICS nation. You know what is weird? These negotiations letters being leaked whenever negotiations don't go their way. They are undermining the principle of the statement of intent of the government of national unity. They are undermining the key players in these negotiations. They are undermining the president by using us, the citizens, as pawns in these chess pieces in an effort to try and garner sympathy and paint the ANC in a bad light. ANC responded to the DA in an interview. Check out what they had to say.
No self-respecting organization can actually settle on what the DA is putting, because it is like they are imposing what they believe is good for them. They must actually appreciate that we all serve at the behest of the president in line with the Constitution. Secondly, that there are parties that also have to be accommodated, because in line with Rule 23 of the SOI, the Statement of Intent, our intention is to appreciate and embrace everybody. And therefore, we are not responding to the demands of the Democratic Alliance. In negotiations, it's a give and take. And the ultimatum that they have put is again an act that shows that their intention is not to be inclusive, but an assumption that it is a coalition of the DA and the African National Congress and maybe one other party, because they signed earlier. The fact of the matter is that they signed on the same day with the Patriotic Alliance, if they care to know, and if South Africans have to be told. We have many other parties that signed. All other parties have come, and nobody would be left behind, because again, as I've said, to bring everybody together, you need to be tolerant, you need to be accommodative, and of importance, you need to also respect the spirit of the South African Constitution in terms of the role of the president and his prerogative or her prerogative for the future.
To place the final nail in the coffin, Cyril Ramaphosa wrote DA leader John Steehuisen a detailed, lengthy, scathing letter accusing the DA of being disruptive, entitled, and greedy during their negotiations. He further says the DA has jeopardized the foundation of setting the government of national unity by moving the goalposts. Ramaphosa says he is truly taken aback by how the DA now wants 2 more portfolios to bring their portfolios to 8, as they have previously agreed to 6. What I can take from this letter is that Ramaphosa is fed up with the DA and how the negotiations are being held. He finds the letter written by Helen Zille to Fikile Mbalula condescending, unconstitutional, and downright rude and offensive. In this government of national unity, there are other parties to consider. Why is the DA being difficult? Why is the DA being greedy? Other parties also need to get these minister posts. They're not the only one. So shifting goalposts, wanting more positions or ministries added to their already agreed ministries, says volumes about their stance and how they will govern going forward in this government of national unity.
I, Gayton Mackenzie, swear solemnly affirm that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa. I, Gayton Mackenzie, swear solemnly affirm that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa. I will obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution and all other law of the Republic. And I undertake to hold my office as Minister with honor and dignity, to be a true and faithful counsellor, not to divulge, like Mr. Mantashe, directly or indirectly. Sorry. Not to divulge directly or indirectly any secret matter entrusted to me, and to perform the functions of my office conscientiously and to the best of my ability.
Thank you. So help me God.
Thank
you. Take a seat.
The last time a judge asked me to sit, he made me sit for 10 years.
Sign here. That was a long time. Congratulations, Minister.
Thank you, Chief Justice.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think about Ramaphosa's letter? What do you think about the DA's condescending manner in the letter they wrote to Fikile Mbalula? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to share and like the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the African Diaspora News.